It's presidential, the outcome evidential. We strive for higher mental. This time, no accidental. We shine because we special.
Welcome, Read, Remember, Repeaters. Shout outs to y'all. Today is a beautiful day, and we are kicking this show off, giving the shout outs to at Insomnia Talks. That's at Insomnia_Talks. This guy's name is Derek Williams, and he's pushing our culture forward with positivity and definitely teaching our youth. Check this clip out right here.
As a kid, do you feel like because you have a father that's an entrepreneur that works for himself, different businesses, do you feel the pressure of following in the same footsteps? Like, do you feel like if I don't do what my dad does, then he's going to be disappointed in me? Do you feel like that?
Actually, yeah.
You do? You feel like I'll be disappointed if you don't follow my footsteps? Why?
Yeah. Because actually, I want to be like you. I don't want to be working $5 an hour, $6 an hour.
You basically
9 to
just,
5.
you want to control the type of money that you make.
Yeah, I want to work for myself, not work for people.
I mean, that's what I teach you. Just the freedom and the space of being able to be on your own time. Although you still working, is nothing, no.
Hey man, shout outs to Iron Mastery Academy. That's the academy that's teaching people how to learn and earn on the go, teaching people how to invest and be on the right side of money. Shout outs to Doc Spills and all the educators over there that's teaching people, whether it's levels, colors, harmonics, with simply teaching people how to learn and invest. And you can just match your colors. That's what we learned from day one. So get with me. That's at Read, Remember, Repeat, or at Big MUGGA. Those are my Instagrams. And let's get this money, family.
Phenomenal waking game. How y'all feel? You already know. Read, Remember, Repeat. Like, it's early. It's like 6 in the morning, but hey, man, when this is up early, man. Early bird get the worm. We back to give y'all some more knowledge. It's repetition, right? You gotta keep doing it. It's like you'll lose everything you heard within an hour by like 40%. Check these statistics out though.
So as of October 15, 2019, statistics show the benefits of reading books and how it can positively affect you. It strengthens the brain, it increases empathy, builds vocabulary, prevents cognitive decline, reduces stress, aids sleep, alleviates depression, and lengthens lifespan.
That's crazy, right? So I'm trying to tell you, man, this I didn't make this up. This is life. This is something, tested on humans and things like that. But hey man, let's jump back into the book, man. 50 Cent hustle harder, hustle smarter. He said, yo, my bad, son. The guy quickly apologized. I thought you was my man, Kenny. He got the same whip. Once my alarm subsided, I took a good look at who was talking to me. It was Jam Master Jay from Run DMC, one of my heroes. I immediately pulled the car over, jumped out, and gave Jay a pound. I told him I was from South Jamaica and had always followed his career. He laughed and apologized again for running up on me, explaining he thought I was NBA star Kenny Anderson, another Queens native. I asked Jay if he was about to go into Bentley's. No doubt, I'm about to run up in this spot and see what's up. He said, I decided to decisively seize the moment. Yo, we coming with you. I told him. Jay looked at me, thought about it for a second, and then said, that's what's up, let's go. Just like that, we were past the bouncers and inside Bentley's. We would never have gotten in without him. He literally walked me into the music business. That night, Jay and I formed a friendship, which eventually led me signing with JMJ Records and everything else that followed. Here's the thing, Jay never would have invited me into the club without him if I hadn't been driving my 400 SE. If I had just walked up to him on the sidewalk, he would have had even stopped to talk to us, let alone take us inside. That's not a knock against him or his sense of judgment. Random people approach him everywhere he went, and there's no way Jay could ever accommodate everyone. But the moment Jay saw my car and thought I was Kenny Anderson, I was operating under a powerful perception. Even when it turned out that I wasn't an NBA player, I was still somebody to him, somebody who deserved his attention. Once I had it, it was up to me to capitalize on it, which I did. There are certain material goods, and cars are at the top of the list. That signal to other people that you are someone who should be taken seriously, that you are different from the rest of the herd, especially in New York City. You can't drive your fancy apartment or brownstone down Broadway, but you can damn sure roll by slow in your whip. Picture this, an older rich white guy is driving around in a Rolls Royce, and I pull up next to him in a hoopty. Suddenly, I notice there are flames coming out from under his car. If I motion for him to roll his window down, he's going to take one look at me and then just stare straight ahead. I might be trying to save his life, but he's not giving me any attention. His perception is that I'm not someone he should be interacting with. Now let's pretend I pull up next to him in my Ferrari. I notice his car's on fire and motion for him to roll down his window. He's going to roll down that window and say, "What can I do for you?" 10 times out of 10, I could look exactly the same and be projecting the same energy, but he's only rolling down that window when I'm in a luxury car of my own. What I'm sitting in controls his entire perception of me. It's not just cars. I was recently talking with a very famous media personality, and he mentioned that he always notices when someone is wearing a good watch. If he doesn't know who they are, it makes him want to know. I start to wonder, what the hell does he do for a living? He told me. And then I'll try to figure out a way to walk to him, because he must be onto something. There are some people who are that way with sneakers. If you walk into the room wearing the right kind of kicks, that person is going to notice you. You might not have said a word, but that person is immediately going to single you out as someone who probably worth their attention. For a lot of women, there's a similar energy around handbags. Most men couldn't tell the difference between 20,000 Birkin and a fake Gucci bag from Canal Street. But to other women, the bag someone's carrying speaks volumes. You can come into a room with an ill bag, a lot of antennas go up. You can say, well, that guy should have treated you the same no matter what you were driving, or shouldn't be interested in someone just because of the watch they wear. But that statement doesn't align with reality. Every time you walk down the street, drive somewhere in your car, go to the supermarket, work out in the gym, or post a picture on social media, you are being judged by a few people, and a lot more you'll never even meet. There's no sense complaining about it or saying it's not fair. Instead, it's incumbent on you to accept that you control how you're perceived and then prepare the best presentation possible. I will tell you straight up that I judge every single person I meet on their appearance. As I'm shaking your hand, I'm also scanning your entire outfit for whatever clues I can glean from it, especially if we're meeting to conduct business for the first time. Before you open your mouth, your appearance has already initiated a conversation with me. Make sure it's saying the right thing. I say particular attention to the people who dress casually around me. Let's say you come to our meeting wearing a t-shirt and some jeans. That tells me you're comfortable. Not necessarily a bad thing. If I sense you're going to do great, then the comfort level is appropriate. If you don't transmit a competent air, however, then I'll view it as a liability. It suggests you're not taking the situation seriously enough. You'd be surprised how many people do that. One time, GQ magazine sent a reporter to interview me. He showed up in a t-shirt and jeans with scuffed sneakers. It might have been a hip outfit among his friends, but to me, it signaled that he might not be totally locked in at his job. At one point, we started talking about the importance of presentation, and the reporter asked me what I thought of his outfit. I told him maybe it was fine for him to interview me dressed that way, but I suspected that it was undermining how his colleagues saw him back at the office. Look, GQ may send you to interview 50 Cent because you come dressed casual. I explained. But they would send the guy in the suit to go interview George Clooney. The reporter admitted that I might be onto something. To find out, he conducted an experiment where he wore a suit to work one day instead of his normal outfit, a t-shirt, sneakers, and jeans. The shift in how people viewed him was immediate. Several co-workers went out of their way to compliment him on his appearance, and one of his editors even took his picture and put it on GQ's Instagram page. That's a very big cosign at GQ. I don't know if they ever sent him to interview George Clooney, but there's no doubt that changing how he dressed also changed how he was perceived at his job. As I told him, when you clean up, people will notice. When I see someone has put effort and thought into their choice of attire, it tells me that they value our relationship. Whether I like their particular style or not isn't important. I just want to see the effort. The other day I met with a TV writer to discuss a potential project. He had jeans on and they were crisp. He had sneakers on, but they looked fresh out the box. He wore a loose-fitting cotton sports jacket and had dark framed glasses. Everything about his outfit said intelligent business casual. It projected the correct energy for what we were working on. After we talked a while and I decided that I liked him, I told him that I was curious about his intent in picking out his outfit. Probably not the question he was expecting in a meeting about scripts, but he was cool with it. "Oh, I wanted you to take me seriously," he told me, adding, "but I also wanted you to think I wasn't too formal, that I would be a flexible person to work with." He added the glasses were a recent addition to his look. "For a long time, I wasn't wearing glasses because I thought they made me look old," he explained. "But a few years ago, I decided to start wearing them because I figured they make me seem smart, which is probably a good thing if I want people to pay me a lot of money for my services." "You nailed it. It does not register anything but intelligence to me," I told him. "I look at you and go, he's a smart guy. He put those glasses on so he can fucking see." Mind you, it was not necessarily an outfit I would wear myself. The sneakers were a little plain and the sports jacket wouldn't have felt right on me, but I didn't need to see him dressed the way I do. I just needed to register that he had the right aesthetic for the job. Some of you might not be in a position to afford stylish clothes or have a fresh new pair of kicks every time you go to a meeting. That's still not an excuse. Whatever your situation is, you can afford an iron, even if your clothes aren't the coolest. If I notice that you ironed them and laid them out the night before, I'll register your intent. It lets me know that even if you don't have a big budget, you do have the right energy. I can work with that. Conversely, when I see someone who is consistently sloppy or doesn't seem to mind wearing wrinkled clothes, it tells me that they don't value themselves, that they are not willing to put in a little extra work every day to present the best version of themselves. It doesn't take much to iron your shirt or clean your sneakers a bit. If you don't value your time and your appearance enough to do those little things every morning, why would I expect you to value me? How to control the conversation. That's where we at, family. That's where we left off. Read, remember, repeat. And I'm telling you, man, reading is essential. It's just as essential as working out to your muscles is reading to the mind. So you already know, gang.
Everybody that's around start to look like a crowd. You gotta look inside yourself and start from the ground. Analyze who is there and analyze who is not.